It's not a lot of people, so probably won't have too long of a session today. But just gonna talk about today, how I got us in a little pickle. But like I said, today was probably the first loss I called on this session in a long, long, long time. So you guys should be good on that. Took this trade, tried to buy it right around here. As we can see, this did not go as planned. What I should have paid attention to was this point of control was right here at this high point of control, and we already had this oversold, overbought situation right here. Prior to me calling this trade, this point of control was right here. It was looking like this. Um, looking more along these lines right here. That's what we had right here, and uh, I was a little off today. I'll be honest. I probably should have been a little more patient today, but I wasn't. Um, I'm gonna blame Wale, even though he ain't on this call. But I'm gonna blame Wale. If we zoom in, we can kind of see what that this node used to be over here, and all the volume was over here at the time, and we actually got the rejection right off of it. Um, and then this area right here was where it rejected, which is why I kind of thought it we was going to buy. Thought we was going to get a rejection, and around this point of control too, but we didn't, and that's okay. Um, just got in a little early. So for the looks of what's going on right now, we on the 1 hour, right? Get rid of that. Made the weekly low right now. Uh, so look like we might be responding to this move from 43.51, from 43.51 to 44.26. So this would be the low. This would be the higher up here. And then we also may have even higher moves that we might be responding to, which is this last move right here, right around 43.20.2, which actually makes a little more sense for it to make this and respond to right here. So we got like four moves, four impulses that we kind of reacted to. We got the original move from here to this high. Then we had this move from here to that high as well. And then a couple swings inside of here and here. So if we get a response right now, we just got a 50% retracement off of this move to this move. And I'm considering this move because we got a 43.20 to a 44.26. So measured move right here. That's why I'm responding to this. And that's why my fibs are right there. And we just got a bounce off the 50 right here. So do I think this is done dropping? I'm not sure yet, but the point of control still on top. So that means we got selling pressure still to the downside. So I will look for it to come and retest a little further down. We got the 50, the 618 is right at 43.60, the 70%, which is at an old order block right here from the 4 hour is right at 43.52. And then the 78 is right at 43.42. So I'll probably want to look to buy until it touched down. And I probably wouldn't look to buy until it touched down to one of these levels and held. And then until then, I think we might be pushing down a little while. But we did just have Google and Apple post numbers today. They they uh, they just post numbers today, and they were higher than expected. So let me see if we can get it off of here right quick. They haven't updated yet, but I do know they posted higher numbers than expected. So, but I haven't had a chance to dig into the numbers yet. So that's what's going on with them. And then this trade on silver pulled me in on a buy limit and a couple buy stops. So that trade I called earlier, that thing just tanked, even though it was, you know, dollar did push down. It should have sent this up. So and it didn't. And that's okay. Um, we've been riding silver for a while, so we made enough money off of that, and that's just how you got to look at it. But this is the 50% of this order block from the daily that this entry came off of, and it's up about 18 pips right now. Um, but I really was expecting this to happen anyway. I just thought we were going to get a higher push to, we basically hit this level, which was our first target on this original silver trade. And I thought we would get up to here before we made this move down, but that's all good. So like I said, this is a swing trade, and it came down and wicked us in this trade. And we're going to see how high this can go. So I'll be looking to at least take this back to where this alert is. Or if you want to break it into smaller targets, if you guys got in this and you want to break it into smaller targets, we could trade back to this, which is like right around where we just tapped right here. But we probably will see a little drawdown, but I don't think we're going to drop below 23 on this before we have this move up, right? We got a couple of lows we can get to, but like I said, this is a swing trade. So, but this should hold. Let me check something right quick. This should hold, at least give us a good push back up. Let me check the weekly right quick. Yeah. This might be the last move up before this push back now. We might get one swing up. So we are in this silver trade, but we might get one push up. I think it might be about to, let me measure this right quick. Yeah, we might be on the last move up. This might push up. Then we got this move. This is where we trading off of right here. This is what we trading off of right here, right now. This last impulse from here to there, and then from here to here. So I'm thinking that this range will hold, but if we don't, we up for now, and we'll see if we can get a swing up from now. So I'm expecting this level to hold. We in the middle of this order block on a weekly, this order block on the daily. So even if it's just a temporary move, still want to see us get it before we either get a break above these highs or a rejection, right? So basically, I'm trying to see if we're going to get a retest of this monthly and yearly before we get a drop to the downside, right? Because we really just stuck in this range between this high and this low. So now that we near these order blocks, I wanted to see if we can get basically trade back up into the range before we get another swing down, since we near these areas right here. So that's the logic behind this, and the reason why, you know. So um we got a nice entry though, spot on, right? Clean entry. Took tried to buy us again over here, but you know, that didn't work. That didn't work out, and it's okay. uh we did get dollar to push down, and this should have pushed us up, but silver was just being a little stubborn. Gold gave us a better move. When Brian was talking about buying it, he really pushed up from there. But gold gave us a nice little move. But I don't know if they got it, you guys got in it this morning or not. But and then let me go see what US 30 did. US 30 pretty much just stalled on us too. Got to push up. Let me see it from the 1 hour. Yeah, we just stalled on US 30. We got to push up, push back down. We went into profit on both of these trades, but it just kind of stalled out, and I ended up letting it hit my stop loss on this. But we could have got out with some break even scratches, but I was being stubborn on it today. But probably should not have called no trades this morning. I was a little off. Then I'm still riding this buy from last week. I took some profit up here. I still got another piece in, so I'm gonna see if it's gonna hold this. If not, I'll probably be taking some profit on that trade from last week too. From here on NAS, so that's still riding. Still in these. I think I hit it. Oh no, that's gold. I still like gold to come down in this area right here. And so because I still think silver is going to drop a little more and play around at where the order block is before it like actually is ready to go. So this might be a short-term move. Like I said, we might just trade it to this weekly and get on out of there. We'll see how it play out. We in profit now. I think it's altogether I'm up about 100 pips, so I hope you guys took advantage of that. This Anastasia and Luke, they called out a great trade on this morning from, I think they got in at 15. And I know some of you guys were telling me y'all got in it. So let me see who on here.
Corey.
I can barely hear you. Yeah, I can barely hear you, but what's going on?
Yeah, that's what I was about to tell you. I can hear you at all.
I think you said you thought I went off. Anybody can hear me? Everybody can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I think it might just
All
be
clear.
you. I think it might be you, Naomi, because you were sounding choppy anyway.
Okay.
Um, I think I got a guest on today. I want him to go over his style. I don't know if he's ready today. You ready? You ready? You know who I'm talking to.
You said, why am I not talking to you?
I'm gonna go ahead and mute you.
No, I hear you. I'm in a bad service area. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay.
Yeah, I'm in a bad service. I need like 10 minutes and I'll be ready. That's good?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I wanted Wesley to go over some of his thought process, his logic with you guys, just so you guys can hear it from somebody else. I think you guys need like a, fresh ear, or fresh voice or whatever. So I asked him to explain his strategy and how he looks at things. So hopefully he'll be able to get on with everybody today. And let me know if you guys got any questions. How did you guys do today? How you guys do today, other than what I called out today? We in the text, we in the chat. Love Wes's strategy. Yep. Yeah, it's good, man. It's good. Let's see. Barb, how you do today? What's up, homie?
Hey, what's up? I was stopped out in profit on SPX this morning.
Okay, cool. I mean, we went in profit. I was just stubborn. So I took a loss today. We went in profit like twice, Today was like die hard with the vintage trading today. Yeah. I was made some money on GU, took a sale on SPX and made some money. Cool. Brian, I mean, you getting up there. You getting up there. Wesley, he sold from the top.
All right, man. I'm trying to get on West level.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. What's up, Nate? What's going on, man? What you do today? Nope. Nate. Neil, what you do today, bro?
What's up, Corey? It's been a while, man.
Oh, what's going on, man? What you do today?
I was in the Nasdaq. I catch some of the Nasdaq.
Okay. That's what's up.
And some gold. I was in the gold from yesterday.
Okay.
Corey.
What's up, man? I can hear. We can hear you, bro. Oh, I don't know. You was in gold from yesterday, Neil?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You took some profit, or how did you
Oh
do
yes.
that?
Oh yes.
Okay. Cool. As long as y'all making money today. T, what's up, man? What's going on? What's up, T? You said you haven't been trading, just recovering. What's going on?
I was in a surgery last month, so I'm still recovering. I've just been doing a couple trades here and there when I'm feeling a little better, but there's bad days and there's good days. And so when I'm not well, I stay off the charts. It's better that way.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I had a couple of good days last week with the drop. I caught some of the drop and then I just closed my buy yesterday at the top on US 30. So
Yeah, nice. Good Good
That's
stuff.
it. That's it. I haven't really been trading today, just kind of watching the market go crazy up and down.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been kind of crazy. I hope you feel better.
Thank you.
Hope you feel better.
Thank you. Thank you.
Who else on here? Daisy. What's up, homie? I think you just jumped on.
Hey,
What up? How you do today?
don't even don't even ask me.
Dang.
It was a little bit bad, but I got out on time, so yeah, I didn't mess with the market a lot today.
Okay. You got out in time, so that's a good
Yep.
that's a good thing. I think everybody was kind of like that, but except for Wes and Brian today, man. Y'all sound like y'all was some snipers today. Sound like it. Maria, how'd you do today? You trade today, Maria?
Hey, yeah, I took the sell with Anna. I'm just kind of watching her go lives, and they're pretty spot on.
They are. They are. Anastasia's good, man. So like if you guys are trading on Monday, that if you guys want to have some help on Monday with getting into your trade, she is, let me go to her schedule. I would definitely recommend Anastasia. She
I was
is,
planning to go and watch our boot camp, what she does.
yeah, she's Monday to Wednesday. And then her favorites has her if you go through her favorites, you can catch her get her trading strategy. It's similar to how I trade. Very, very similar to how I trade. She even reminded me about using profiling. So because I used to use it and I stopped, but I realized that these point of controls are lining up with order block. So I had to bring that back. So yeah, Anastasia's a good person to follow. She trades institutional order flow. So check her out. She is pretty nice with it. Who else on here?
Sorry, I just I think last week Oran did a nice training on order block stuff.
Oren, yeah, Oren is a goat, man. Oren is one of he's a goat. He's one of my favorite instructors. I'm not even gonna lie. He's one of the people I learned a lot from as far as like supply and demand goes, and like rejection levels and stuff like that. So I would definitely recommend Oren checking him out. I think you got to have a subscription, the levels, the pivot subscription. I think you got to have pivots though, or levels, one of those. But he does have his sessions on Thursday, 9 p.m. and Friday at 9 p.m. I think that's what it is. No,
I think
Wednesday.
you have one on Mondays too.
On Monday?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Monday one is all about market top-down analysis, something like that.
It's not on here. Oh.
Yeah, but he sent it out, I think. If you have the elite packages,
Oh, okay. Let me see. Okay. I don't see it on here, but okay. Yeah, he's one of the people I learned a lot from. Warren. Who I miss? I think that's everybody. How you guys building, man? I don't ever talk about that. I need to start doing that. Who's about to make? Who's like 2 people away from making another rank? Anybody? P150? Anybody close to P150?
I have a few people, but they're jokers, yeah, man.
Okay, okay.
They're not so serious, you know. They have been subscribed like a month and a half now, but and I'm trying to coach them to go through the series and everything, but
Mhm.
sometimes it's like they want to move too fast, you know,
Yeah.
in making money and not to learn a strategy and to learn all the techniques of trading and anything. So I mean,
Might want to get them on HFX.
well,
Yeah.
I told them that, so I mean that they're supposed to pay their subscription and then get back to me this week to know what they want, you know.
Okay. Jamal said you want away from P150. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Let me know if you need some help with that, man. If you need me to hop on with anybody. Wes said he ready, so let me make sure you guys can share screens. Let me know when you're ready to take the screen, and then
I'm ready whenever you.
let me check security, enable the share screen. All right, cool. You should be good right now.
Yes, sir. Yo, yo, yo.
All right.
So what I use is, I mean, well, everyone knows from the previous meetings that I trade patterns, not solely patterns. Of course, I always want to use Confluence. So I use, you know, trend lines, but primarily fibs. So it's something that Corey showed me and he said, and I use my fibs a little bit different from everyone. And I've been using this strategy, you can see since May, and I went like 12 weeks without taking an L. But it's merely Corey's taught us at the 0 to the 12. So you want to also know your supply and demand zones, right? So your 0 to 12, and then the kill zone is always the 38 to the 618. I like the 50 because of what the same thing that Brian put in the chat today. You know that if we're above the 38 and the 618, essentially the same exact number. The 50 just a midway point. So this would be the downside. This would be the high side. But we know above the 618 will be buying, below the 50 will be selling. So within this zone, if we're coming from the bottom, we'll be looking for a buy, and if we're coming from here, same. And then if we're coming down, we're looking for a sell, right? So the three zones for me that matter on the fib, I have this ran on the 4 hour. I ran just this individual fib, and I trade backwards, or my fibs backwards. So the normal person would run their fib from, what you can use too. I use that to track, I'll explain it in a second, just to track the strength of the move. But the normal person would run their fib this way, right? From a low to a high, and then wait for a pullback, take it off the 38, the 50, or the 61, and then you have the 78 reversal. But I don't trade that way merely because I know the banks are expecting that, right? So I use the extensions above the 100. So out here, I have my high and my low. So I use the same indicator that Corey recommended, the higher high, lower low live. And I use a major swing, not none of these little small moves in the way, right? You want to use an actual swing, not an independent impulse. So the 88 to the 100 is what Corey always teaches us. The 0 to the 12.5, and then the 50 to the 6.1 is where I set my zones. If you want to use a 38, that's cool. But starting here, I'll show you how I had this ran in May and haven't had to change or do anything from this individual fib here. And the reason I don't trade the extensions above or below the 0, in your case, running a fib in a normal way, it would be above, right? Going this way, is because for one, the banks expect that. But for two, we're always selling to buy, like Corey always teaches us, right? Anytime we drop, it's a sell to buy. So two things. when I run the fib from high to low, I'm using that to track the buy up. Reason being is essentially we're always going to be buying in the market. And when I'm running my fib from high to low, I'm trading the retracement of the move. The retracement is usually way more guaranteed than the direction of the market because we're always going to pull back. So from a sell-off, I don't know if that makes sense to anyone, but I'll just explain the zones here in a second, but I'm explaining the concept behind it. Cool. So we're always trading. The retracement is going to be guaranteed, right? But the retracement is the direction of the market. So for me, I'm more so interested in tracking a sell-off because then that will give me the buy move. And I understand the way Corey teaches us, the 88 to the 100, I consider as a decision zone. Price is going to decide in this zone whether it wants to keep buying or whether it wants to sell off, right? Everyone knows if we break the 100, we're going this way. Everyone knows if we break the 0, we're coming this way. And the other zone, which is the kill zone, Corey uses that at 38. I leave mine at the 50, is another decision zone. So I just use these 3 zones to determine which direction price is going to go. And usually, in most cases, once price rejects a low, if it rejects the 0 and comes out of the 12.5, which is that decision zone, price has made up its mind and we're going to the next decision zone. We break out of this zone, we're coming to the next decision zone. If we reject this zone, we're coming back to this decision zone. We reject this zone, we're coming back to this decision zone, right? So these are the 3 major areas where price is always making a decision. I run it on the 4-hour, you can use it on the 1 hour, which I use to also track, or you can use it on the, I don't trade less than the 1 hour. That's where I take all my trades. I'll explain why in a second as well. But as you can see here, whenever price is in a decision zone, usually we'll get consolidation, right? And if you go down to a smaller time frame, 2 things is going to happen. I guess we can go back that far. I trade patterns in candlesticks. So first off, we had this doji here, which was the rejection of this low. And then we had this individual pattern right here, which was the Morningstar setup, came, rejected, and then gave us a pin bar. But if I didn't want to go in that deep and I just wanted to watch the 4-hour individually, you can see that we had a strong impulse out of here, right? And then Corey also taught us, if I didn't take this break, I always take the 12.5. Once we get this indicator here, Corey already taught us, once it turns solid, what it means, right? This means that we are oversold. So we were oversold, we got the rejection, and then we had a bull move. So I'm always looking at the 4-hour. Once a pattern shows up on the 4-hour, for me, I haven't seen a 4-hour pattern fail me yet, especially if it's a reversal. So in this case here, this would have been a double bottom. Even if you ignore that, you'd have had a bullish engulfing also giving you. And then usually if you miss a 12.5 entry, the 23 is going to give you an entry. Usually we'll get a retest of the 23. I learned that from, I can't remember the name right now.
Here.
No. Our HFX queen. Arlette, yes, thank you. So the 23 is going to give you an entry, right? So you will see here, of course, you know, fib is never really, nothing in the market is perfect. And if you ignore that altogether, after this 4-hour move, the fact that I came out of this zone, I'm already looking for price to come to this zone. So let's just say I missed this, which I wouldn't have merely because I would have took the 12.5. But if you do your top-down analysis, the market gives you more than enough time to enter. So right here, I had this bullish engulfing and this double bottom, right? The bullish engulfing told you that we're going to be coming out of the zone. Price has made up a decision, and that's on the 3-hour. If I go to the 2-hour, we will see it there as well, right? So let's just say I stayed on the 4-hour. I woke up, this move had already happened, and I'm looking to catch the trade. Well, as Corey would say, every impulse is going to give us a pullback, right? At least to the 50%. And you can see that's exactly the way this candle came, it rejected, and then we continue to this zone. So this area is more so, I look at it as a gravitational pull, right? And once price comes, it decides in this zone, in here, it's going to give you a reversal pattern. If I break down this individual wick, you can see the actual pattern in there that's telling me, hey, we're going to reverse. And if I just waited on this candle to close, we all know what wick rejection means. So we were oversold, we got wick rejection, and then we had a bullish move outside of here. This told me we were buying. Automatically, I'm looking to go here. When I enter at the 12.5, my stop loss is at the 0. Now, this is a bigger stop loss. If you're trading the 4 hour, you can do it with the major swings, a lower high to a higher low, same thing vice versa. On a 1 hour time frame, and it makes your zones a lot smaller. Thanks, T. It makes your zones a lot smaller, but as you can see, when we came out of here and I set my stop here, never got in trouble, never got stopped out, right? Now, this situation will be a little bit different. We came up here, right? And we would be looking, usually you'll get a retest. That's one thing I have to mention. But we came up here and we would have been looking to take this on the way up, right? First off, let me do a pip count so you can see the distance of the move. So just this move alone, 779 pips, right? And it never gave you anything to question. Here, we came out of the market. I'm sorry, we came out of the zone. The market pushed up and we didn't continue to this zone. If we don't continue to this zone, it's for a reason, right? But with my fib ran here, I know why we didn't continue. For one, I'm already looking at the 618 as we know that's a reversal zone, right? But that's what the 70 is. I know what my fib levels mean. I dig deep into them. You know, your 70 is a reversal zone, and so is your 78. Anywhere in this area, that means we're overbought. And that was the situation for today, which I'm going to explain in a second. So we came here and it rejected the 70. So when we usually, if we're going to continue on, it's going to blow past the 618 and the 70. So we rejected the 70. We push back down to the bottom of the zone. So now we're back in the decision zone, right? And I'm watching. Here is where my stop loss is. When we came out, as you can see here, never got stopped out. The market gave me a chance to exit for one, and for two, the moment it rejected the 70 for a second time and I got this lower high indicator, I can already identify that we have a double top. And that's why I trade patterns. Where's that? Oh, I'm Haitian, from Miami. And then my family is Haitian, so yeah. So when we had this M, same thing. If I'm coming out of this decision zone, price is rating based mine. How can you tell this big bear move, right? But on a smaller time frame, we can dissect that, and you would have seen it would have given you an entry here. But even if you just bought from the exit, which I never recommend, you know, you definitely want to know. I use break and retest with this as well. And then you also want to know what your fib levels mean to understand why it's happening. There's a difference between a sell-off and a pullback, and you would want to know when what is doing what, right? Definitely got to get that team link up. So we had a sell out of this zone, right? And then once we come out of this zone, so the fact that we came from high, we rejected this zone, that told me we were selling. Not only did I have this huge double top, evening star as the right shoulder, I came out of my decision-making zone. Price has made up its mind. Always want to wait for the candles to close. That's one thing that I always got to mention, right? Because you will have a situation like this. You get a wick, but you closed up, right? So you want to make sure that your candle closes in the zones, and that tells you that we're going that way. And I'm targeting the next decision-making zone. We came down here, we rejected, retest. Well, there's also something too I gotta explain. There's a difference between a retest and a rejection. I don't know if anyone ever explained that to you all, but something that I understood. You get wick rejection. The retest is when the actual candle sits down at that zone, and the rejection is a wick. So we rejected this zone, gave me this bullish engulfing, and these indicators here, I know you guys see them pop up and then they move. The only time you can really trust them is when you have an actual reversal, right? As you can see here, we got this low, then we got a bullish engulfing. That told you that this was going to stick. This low probably came up here and dropped and dropped and dropped and dropped and dropped, right? Not only did it align with the fib level, it's always either going to align with a fib level or a trend line, but it gave me the low, and then we got the reversal pattern. This gave me the lower high, and then we got the bearish engulfing, reversal. This gave me the higher low, and then we got the reversal pattern. That's when I knew it was going to stick. Usually it's going to come back and reject that area again, like we did here, and that's going to give you an entry off of this indicator. So same thing, boom, we came up into the decision zone. This is usually where I TP. I don't trade, I don't let them run unless it's just consistent. I trade it from zone to zone. Usually if I enter here, I'm looking to exit here, no higher than here, especially if it's around a 618 and a 78 level, 618 or 70, 78, anywhere up in here, right? So then we came, we broke, we retested, continue. So my entry would have been here. Once this candle closed above this zone, could have taken it here, it doesn't matter. My stop loss is here, never got stopped out. We continued on to the next zone, right? Now I'm watching to see, then we went into a range. We went into a range. You can clearly see you had your bearish engulfing, told you that we were coming back down. This is also a head and shoulders, told us that we were coming back down, right? Now here we are in June, same thing, same concept. And one thing that stuck with me as well is you would have to, there's a power in waiting on your candles to close. On a smaller time frame, it looks a lot more clean, but there's a power in waiting on your candle to close, because you can get wicked, but if the candle doesn't close down there, we're not going down there, right? But then here's a situation also where we had head and shoulders, told me that we were dropping, boom, entered the sell. Even if you would have entered here, your stop is here, you never got stopped out, your TP was here, boom, same thing, same situation, came down here, low, we had the reversal pattern. This individual candle is also gonna set up your morning star, rejection, your reversal on a smaller time frame, you would have seen the bullish engulfing, boom, same zone, same thing here. Broke out, TP, or you can take it as high as this target. So fast forward to today, here, right? It's where the fib level is. So same thing like I was telling you, you all have to really take or really understand what each fib level means and what it stands for. Like the 114 is not a real quote unquote man-made, it's a target, it's a reversal zone. And a 127 is a target for an entry off the 38, right? And then, you know, I've been dropping in a chart in the chats for weeks, the 6-1 to the 6-1. It's a grouping. We go from one, if we break 161 level, we're coming, if the buy originates at the 618, we're coming to the 161. In most cases, we break the 161, we're going to the 261. This is on a more grander scheme. So my 261 is way up there, but I can show you, even if I would have used this swing, right? Six one, we started to consolidate. We went straight from this 618 is where this buy originated, and make it a little bit bigger so you all can see. Not only did we have an inverse head and shoulders, right, telling me that we were going to buy. This is one that I sat in because I knew about the inverse head and shoulders, right? We had a morning star here, and it originated at the 618, and we didn't run into a problem until we hit the 161, and then we started to consolidate, right? We came up here to the 178, which is the reversal zone, and then that's when price reversed, and we dropped down, right? Held at the 127, same as where my zone would have been here. You know what the 127 is. If we break the 127 on the way up, we're coming to the 161. So you want to learn, really want to learn and get real deep into understanding what the fib levels mean, because it gives you, it's a cheat code, right? It's telling you where the market is moving, and that's how the banks move. And like I said, I don't do zero extensions because we're always selling to buy. So I'm essentially always trading retracement because the retracement is guaranteed. And let's go to where we are now. So the same thing here, right? We're at the 178. So like I was saying here, when we were at the 78 to the 88 and the price dropped, you know that in this area, the 78 is the reversal zone, right? Anywhere in here, we're overbought. But we knew we had already been overbought because the way the market had been shooting straight up, right? This indicator just kept flying and flying and flying and flying. So we came into this zone, and then this happened. And like I was saying before, usually when the market, when she creates a higher high, I'm sorry, an all-time high, she's going to come back and retest it before she continues as she did here. So that's what I was saying on Sunday when I was like, it's looking like she's getting ready to set up a head and shoulders, because she rejected the momentum in the buy stop, but she slowed down drastically. And then we had this vector and it sat, it aligned perfectly, right? Within the overbought zone, right? So this was the left shoulder. We had this vector. She dropped back down. And the same thing, like I told you, if price continues to, if it rejects to go higher in a zone like this, in between these boxes, for one, you would have to know why, based on looking at this fib levels, but this is like a gravitational pull. Price wants to go that way. Once it comes out of here, it wants to go this way. And if it doesn't, it's something major stopping it. So then when you looked over the weekend, everything they were talking about is COVID, 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 COVID. COVID has been dropping us. Every time we get that COVID drop, COVID news, we get a drop, right? So we had this vector. It's what Corey taught us. And with this vector, we sold down. And then this was London session, right? London bought up, and then we had this high. So what I understand about the same thing, these highs, is we're overbought. And the way Corey explains the market, when you get that discount, you think like an investor always, right? When you're overbought, the market wants the investors to continue investing. So what's going to happen is they're going to sell off just to give investors a better entry or a number that they can agree on that they're going to buy. So that's what this move was. And then when we woke up this morning, we were here on a 1 hour time frame, right? We were overbought. This was yesterday. We were overbought. They found a price that they agreed on. We had a morning star here. These are all zones. That'll be a different kind of explanation. But we were overbought here. This is where they agreed on the price. We got the higher low indicator. And then, like I told you, we're going to have a reversal pattern that tells you that this is going to stick. And we had the morning star, and then we bought up. And then during Asian, we fell again. So there's power in the wicks as well and how they formulate. So if you see these three individual wicks, yes, we bought up, but the way they formulate one, it's lots of selling pressure, but it created an angle where it would have given you a trend line, right? Right here. It would have given you a trend line. I don't know what this trading view is doing, but y'all see it. Y'all see what I'm talking about right there, right? If you align these three individual wicks, it would have given you a trend line. So when I slide over to the left and price is rejecting to move upward, I'm always asking myself why, and the fibs is going to tell you. We're holding the overbought zone, right? So what formed after that? We had our right shoulder form here, lower high, bearish engulfing. This bearish engulfing snapped, well, this was 42.20. This is also, I'll show you something else in a second. Why? Oh, we're on the 1 hour, so I can show it to you now. Using this swing here, as I say, you can apply it to whatever time frame you want. It makes your zones tighter. I deleted all my fills for this reason. Here, 127, right? You know that this was a target area on the buy here. So the 127, just like we had mentioned earlier, the 114 is a reversal zone, but the 127 is a target area. So that's exactly where this high stopped at and where it rejected. So I'm always, if I would have, I'll show you all. Let's say I just want to use this last swing off. I would run my zones the same exact way, right? You have your 0 to 12, 50 to 6-1. I don't need any of this stuff. All of those are smaller zones, so it's just me running fibs on fibs on fibs to find other zones, right? 88 to the 100. And then 127 to the 114. So not only did I see the pattern, I knew where the fib, where this buy stopped at. We stopped at the 127. It's usually going to reverse here or here. If it's not, we're going to blow straight through it, right? Just like how this is a previous zone. This is the 114 to 127 is where I set it a zone. Price is making a decision in this area. So on the 1 hour time frame, this will be another fib I can run off of. Like I'm showing you how you can just use it on so many different time frames and it's still gonna align and show you the same thing. Does it make sense? Is it making sense? Do I gotta slow down?
Y'all quiet, man.
I know it's like
I'm getting value.
Getting value out of it, or am I talking crazy?
Come on, man. Okay, all right.
Okay, cool. So
no, I'm just checking him out, man. I'm loving how he's breaking down the fibs and the zones and tying it in with everything you be teaching. So I'm loving it.
Okay.
So even if I ran this right shoulder, right? I'm sorry, this left shoulder from this high to this low on a 1 hour time frame. Cool. On a 1 hour time frame, again, like I told you, I love to track a sell because that's going to give me the buy retracement, and we're always buying in indices. So same, right? This would have been a zone, same thing, 50 to the 161, right? Where did it reject? Exactly at that same level. So I have the 127, I have a 50 and a 161. Fib is the best thing Corey taught me. And these zones, the 12.5, the 50 to the 618, and the 88, he uses a 38, I use the 50, but the 88 to the 100, supply demand, every price is going to make a decision in all of those zones, right? So today we had the right shoulder, look where we rejected. We pushed up, tried to come to the 127, which is the same 127 zone here on a grander scheme. We tried to push and break the 127, it didn't. We rejected, closed beneath the 114, which is what I told you all earlier, price is going to reverse from, right? We had that lower high indicator, bearish engulfing, and then you have your trend line here. It broke, closed beneath, came back, rejected, and then we went to hell. All off the head and shoulders. Oh yeah, definitely. I'll share my fib settings. So always, I know some people use wick to wick. I use body to wick. I learned that from a guy that Corey recommended, Owen, I believe. I believe when he was speaking on fibs, he mentioned using body to wick. So no problem. So the body of the sell-off down to the lowest point, which would be the wick. And if I'm tracking the buy, I use the body of where the buy began to the wick of where the buy ended. So you can really run this on a smaller scheme and it'll give you tighter zones, right? And you can see every time we broke a zone, price, let's go back out to, even if I run into the daily. When we broke out of one zone, we left, we came here, before we came back here, right? We left this zone, boom, gave you a TP. Your stop loss was here. We broke out of here. Oh, my bad, it's not the ruler. Gave you a TP, 1024 on the pips, right? Stop never hit. In this case, you would have a wider stop. I'm cool with that. 26 points for 102. Cool with me, right? Same thing here on the sell-off. We broke. I have same thing here on the sell-off. This portion is not guaranteed because we can reject, right? Usually, I'm gonna just throw this out there. Y'all can debate on whether you use it or not. Usually, if it's going to buy after a sell-off, it's gonna come to the bottom of the zone and go. It's not gonna just stop here, right? It's gonna come to the bottom of the zone and then it's gonna go. Or we'll come out, reject, and then come back in and go. But anyway, just for measurement sakes, right? To see your risk to reward, I'm risking 25 points to gain 78 if I want to be daring, and I take it way down to the bottom. Same thing, 104, right? Situation here. We came out. Zone still set the same, risking 25 points for 80, right? And then the tighter the zones get, the smaller the reward. But usually in zones like this, since these are reversal zones, there's usually enough momentum to break straight through. If we get hung up in these areas, then it's for a reason. So with me trading patterns in combination with this, and then of course my trend lines, once we break a trend line, as you can see, I have a trend line right here. That also told me that we were going to sell, right? We broke my trend line. In smaller time frame, you can break it down. Let's go to the 2 hour. Boom, high. Same overbought, right? Reversal pattern. Evening star. Came beneath. This is a zone as well. It's a reversal zone that I have for my fib. I know we came down, broke. And that's where I'll be getting all my numbers from. When I say I'm looking for price to hold this area, hold that area, is because I know what the fib levels mean. And it's what I'm looking for as I'm tracking price. So it gets a little bit deeper with fibs if you use your fib the normal way, right? It'll tell you, like this move here, you would know how strong the move is from what Wale and Corey blessed me with that gem based on how deep it retraces, right? Most people use the fib for retracement. I use it for both. I use it for retracement and then I use it for the extension. So going from the high to low, right? When we got this pullback, whether you want to go to wick or whatever, it doesn't matter. This pullback rejected the 78, which we already know what that means. But where did price close? Price closed at the 6-1. We knew this move would have continued merely because where price closed at. This is a retest. This is a rejection. When price sits down and closes at an area, it gives you your retest, right? So the way I was taught initially was price rejects a zone and that's your retest and it goes. It's not, that's a rejection. Just because it rejects that zone, it's always going to reject a hot button, right? If it comes to a different area, like this buy up right here, this was a rejection because if you go to the weekly, price came straight to it, right? Wicks love to kiss each other. Price came straight to it, rejected, and it turned around. Also the 161, right? So it's always going to reject, but doesn't mean a retest. So, I don't know if you always ask the question, right? Why does price make so much sense, or why does the market so much easier to watch or to analyze when the market is closed, when it's not moving, because all of the candles have closed. And if you're trying to enter, that's why I only trade the 1 hour time frame, because the 1 hour, the way it sets up on the 1 hour is going to tell you what your next move is. These 3 wicks down here, and then this bullish engulfing told me that we were going to continue to buy, right? At the close of each candle, you can formulate an analysis. This closed here, that was a bearish engulfing. This went here, but it closed beneath here, right? I'm sorry, it closed here, right? That showed you the continuation. We pulled back, looked like we were going to buy up, but we kept closing deeper and deeper. So for me, I don't make a decision on how I'm going to move until I get a candle close, because just because we're dropping doesn't mean we're selling. And then we close here with a wick rejection off of this zone. I know this individual candle, I know what it means, right? It's a pin bar. So that means a sell is coming. Not only do you have this major wick rejection, but it's usually always followed by a bullish engulfing. I know I can enter my buy right here. And something very special about the 1 hour time frame in normal market conditions. Today was tough merely because we had all this news back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, right? But it's something very special about the 1 hour. If you are trading a 4 hour candle, usually a 4 hour candle is going to move in one direction at a time. Usually, right? In a normal market, this would be a 4 hour, 10? Oh, and also this is currency. I don't use the lambda. If I miss this trade, right? I noticed that in most cases, running the fibs from body to wick, I can enter the buy. I don't recommend you all do it unless you backtested and know what you're doing. Because they're about, well, let's say we can enter the buy at the 1 hour candle close. Usually, you know that a 4 hour candle formation, right, is an accumulation of 4 1 hour candles. Hold on, yeah. Okay, so a 4 hour, obviously is accumulation of 4 1 hour candles, right? I can enter a buy here and take it here. Yes, baby. Give that a second, okay? Thank you. I can enter a buy here. Very minimal drawdown, straight blue. I can enter a buy here, very minimal drawdown, straight blue. I can enter a buy here, very minimal drawdown, straight blue. And the reason I also love the 4 hour, right? Let's say I caught this entry here and we started to buy up, and you always ask the question, well, where do I move my stop? Every time you get a 1 hour candle close, you can move your stop to the wick before, and it usually doesn't come back to get it unless the market is turning around, right? So when this candle closed, my stop is now here to protect this profit. When this candle closed, my stop is now here to protect this profit. This candle closed, my stop is now here to protect this profit. And if the market comes back and touches it, then it's for a reason, right? Something is telling you, hello, pay attention, something's about to happen, right? But in this case, I wouldn't have had to move my stop here merely because I'm in my zone, right? I know where we're going. And as you all can see, I'm gonna zoom back out again, go back to the 4 hour time frame, because that's usually what I like to see for momentum. It lets me know where we're going. We come out of a zone, your stop is here, your entry is here. You're gonna TP in most cases before you get stopped out. The smaller time frame you set it on, as long as you set your fibs correctly, you can't use this move. You can if you know what you're doing, but in most cases, you want to be using a swing high to swing low, right? This was the last swing high to swing low. I'm going to run my fib here to here, and it's going to give me this entire move up. As you can clearly see where I have this fib ran currently, as it gave me this move up. We came out of 12.5, my stop was here, never ran into trouble. We came out of here, we came out of here, my stop was here, never ran into trouble. We came here, my stop was here, never ran into trouble. And even if this move here, I'm going to TP before I get stopped out, because it's going to gravitate towards that decision zone. And that's how I've been trading the last 12 weeks.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm glad you jumped on, man. I think, people be getting tired of hearing me talk all the time. And you just reiterated, pretty much your own style, basically everything that I'm hoping that you guys get out of this, So that's awesome, man. Y'all should take a screenshot of these field levels. And you know, I don't have all these levels in there, but like once you know that first 0 to 100, you can pretty much map out everything else because it's the same thing. You know, the supply and demand levels are all over the chart. The rejection levels. I did record it, but I think I had myself on mute, so I don't know if it got some of this. So my bad. I have to have them do it again. So, but if you he on the team, so I know I can get him to do it again. So if it didn't go through, I'll definitely I'll definitely get him to do it again. So I was going to check and see if it actually worked it all. So my bad, y'all. But like I said, I appreciate you, bro.
No problem, family.
Yeah,
Can we get that?
appreciate you.
Can we get that London session with Corey and West though?
London.
Yeah, that was
What's wrong with
fun.
that?
London.
Hey, let's get
Who
that
is
popping. Let's get that.
Who is London? I don't know who that is. I don't know who London is, man. I don't know about that. I
That was
don't
some good stuff.
I mean, that would be awesome.
see, I don't
Yeah, we need you, bro.
want this to get no sleep, huh?
Hey, good stuff, Wes. I like your films, dude. That makes a lot of sense, man. You running top down from the sales to trace the retracing on the buys. I think that's genius.
Yes, sir.
I wanna-
I've been waiting for the team meeting, and you know that's why I was mad that I missed the last one. I'm like, I gotta pay homage to Big Sensei since Corey taught me all of this. It's just I sit in front of Fibs day and night and day. I mean, not in front of Fibs, but on the computer. You know, for the last like 7 months. You know, sun up to sundown, almost just trying to make sense of everything. And then when he said that, it's little things that Corey says on every team meeting that just makes another thing click, another thing click. And it's just one thing after the other. But as far as patterns go, there isn't a pattern out there that I don't know about. And I don't know why people don't trade patterns. I guess because on the smaller time frames, they try to use them, but they don't deliver on the small time frames. They do, but you have to know what they mean, right? There's a difference between a sell-off and a pullback and a buy and a pull, right? And you have to know when to use it. If we're overbought in this market where, like Corey says, we're always selling to buy, right? So when we're overbought and we get that higher low in reversal, you got to know that we're not going to continue going that way because they only drop to give them the Fashion Nova discount, as Sensei would say it, right? So they got that higher low popped up. The reversal tells you that the buyer said, okay, cool, we agree on this price, and then we turn around. So the fibs will tell you too, right? It'll tell you based on how far, where it stopped at on a higher time frame, and that's why I stick to the higher time frames. I don't deal with the smaller time frames no more. You know, since they blessed me with that gem, and on the higher time frames, everything sticks. Everything.
I just want y'all to like. This is why you have to pretty much always think that they are just selling to buy. It's always where can they buy, like, right? This is the monthly chart. Why would you be looking to focus on the sale? Nothing on this chart says you should be selling. And like, even if they do sell it down, that's really another buying opportunity. This is since 03. It's been going up here. They sold it to buy it, 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 sold it to buy it. Consolidated, but they sold to buy, 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 sold to buy. That, I mean, that's all that's going on. So every time you see the market drop, you need, and I'm glad you reiterated that. Every time you see the market drop, you need to be thinking, where are they selling it to? And that's on every single time frame, monthly, daily, weekly. You know, every single time you see the drop, you just need to be getting your fibs out and seeing where they trying to go. Because look at this. Look at this, right? This drop right here took you from this low, this high, and it hit your target right here. We take the fibs out again. Let me put the defaults on. Right. All targets hit. Right. Take this same fib, put it right here. All targets hit.
Yep.
Same thing on this move right here. All targets hit. They knew once they made this move where it was going up here.
Fact.
When this move happened, right here, they knew already this was going to, let me switch this. They used their projections to tell them where it's going to go. We are on the way. We on the way to 44.65 overall from this move right here. This move right here. And this even lines up with another move that we just made not too long ago. You see where we just got that target from, right? We just got that target from there, right? And on the daily, right? We measure this last move right here. I think it was this one. That was the last impulse. No, I think it was this one. I think I had it right first time. Run that off now. This one right here. Where does each one of these levels put you in? 618, 618, 100, right? So all of these moves telling you that 465 target, 44.65 target should get hit around here.
Yep.
All of it's telling you the same thing. Even these recent moves on the lower time frames from the higher time frame, they all lining up. This one, 44.64. This one, 44.54. This one, 44.91. That's a little above, but it's all around that same area right there. That's all they doing is use like they use algorithms to trade fibs. So it's like all these levels are programmed in so that they can take day trades from. It's not them actually taking the trades. It's the algorithms trading for them, right? So this last move we made 42.33 lining up with 44.65 from the higher moves already, just off of this last move. So, you know, however you understand fibs, right? And whether you add the rest of the levels or not, the extensions, the negative extension, it's all the same thing, right? It's all the same levels, all the ways. And if you understand where the inputs are, that's why I kind of like this indicator for you guys, because it tells you where to put your fibs, right? Higher high, higher low. Put your fibs right there, right? Higher low, higher high. Put your fibs right there. It's telling you exactly what to do. And as long as you stick to like the daily 4 hour and the 1 hour, I don't even like the 1 hour. I kind of stick to the 4 hour and daily. And when I start doing anything outside of that, that's when you have the confusion. But the daily 4 hour and the 1 hour, you put your fibs on these levels and you follow the rules on those levels, you will be able to map out where everything trying to go. So I don't have nothing else, man. I appreciate you for hopping on. If this did not record, I'm gonna go ahead and stop it from streaming right now so I can check.